Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. Just a quick update. VeChain continues to be in the target area that we already defined back in November. So VeChain completed its impulsive move up all the way into April 21. It has then completed a beautiful ABC correction. So wave A down, a wave B up, and a wave C down. So this could theoretically be complete. So theoretically, VeChain has done everything it needs to do to complete the correction. It has come down in that C wave below the low of the wave A. It has done what it needed to do. It's come down below that 5.6 cent level. That is actually the area where the target area here starts, because we need to get lower than the wave A in this C wave, ideally, with the highest probability. And it goes down to the 3.3 cent level. Which is the 88.7% Fibonacci level. So far, that has all worked out really well. We then had that descending wedge that we looked at. It broke out of it. That is what often happens. It happened here as well. That was back in July 21. The problem is that the market did not use that opportunity. The market could have used this opportunity because VeChain did everything it needed to do to complete the correction. So there are certain patterns charts just have to do, and VeChain did it. So that doesn't, however, mean it has to already complete the correction. It just means that the potential is there that we from here go to new all-time highs. And here it really looked for a short period of time as if it could do it. The problem with that is the way you can count that, obviously, from an Elliott wave point of view. Here is the way that has happened, the way the price came down. So you can count this not really as an impulse. You can count this rather corrective. A, B, C, 3 waves. I would have my difficulties to count it in 5 waves. The problem is that even if I count it in 3 waves, then the next move makes sense, because we came down really, really impulsively. There is no corrective wave in here. It's just impulse down. And the problem with that is that we have also come down quite a lot. So what this could theoretically be, and I could possibly interpret an impulse into this, but then this is not corrective enough. So you would want a proper A, B, C with a wave B that goes a bit higher, or, it just looks very impulsive. It comes down very, very strong. It also came down quite a lot, it retraced quite a lot. Now this could still be a wave 1 and a wave 2, which means the next wave could either be another 1, 2 or a wave 3. But to do that, there should really be something coming now. If nothing is coming here, then we are going to see lower prices. And my opinion is that that possible breakout, which is on the table here, and it's a possible breakout, the probability is there, but it's a fairly low probability. And for the reasons I have just said, that we have come down quite a lot. So we've retraced quite a lot. And we have also come down quite impulsively. I mean, theoretically, if you look at this, it's all possible. We've come down to the 88.7% Fib level. So if I count this as a wave 1 and this here as a wave 2, that's fine. It has come down to the 88.7. It's made a higher low. That's fine. And from here it could start now. But the problem is there was a possible start yesterday. Now that's been messed up already. We've already come down quite a lot. So even though theoretically here a beginning of an uptrend is possible, I don't think it's very likely. I still expect lower price levels for most altcoins, as I have repeatedly said in my videos. And so far for VeChain, as well as it looks, especially as the price cannot really move away from that support line. And that support line is here, that you can see it at 4.4 cents. So we're still very close to it. But the fact is that we are very close here to that key support level. And from here we could at any point go up. Now, one way to play this would be to go long and set the stop loss below that level. That's just one way of doing it. I'm not telling you to do it, because ideally we want to wait for a bullish signal here. And for me personally, the downside potential is still very, very real until we at least here break that 9 cent level, and even better, 10.3 cents. That would be the beginning of that wedge pattern here. And until we get at least to that level and break it, the downside potential is still very much there. Even better would be to break the 61.8% level at 10.8 cents. So until then, a corrective pattern here is still possible where we would in the end eventually come down lower. So that's just purely looking at the price action, nothing too convincing yet. We haven't even left the target area. Looking at the indicators, we can see that we had here a potential bullish crossover coming on the daily. Now if I zoom in, you can see that the lines are running nearly parallel again, so that was prevented, at least for the moment, with that large red candle that happened here today. The RSI still in the bearish range. We cannot see a bullish divergence here. And so far there is also still a short signal on the ADX on DI and DI. So the bullish signals are still very, very weak here. Same story on the 2-day chart, 4-day chart, which is also very relevant. Same story, even here it's getting bearish already again. And this is a bearish sign, yeah, that you are losing the bullish momentum here. And this is continuing, yeah, so this is not yet slowing down. And if you're losing the bullish momentum and get another bearish crossover, now the last time we had a bearish crossover on the 4-day chart, that took it here from roughly 15 cents, yeah, in the end all the way down to the low at just around 3.5 cents, I believe, yeah. So it can take it down quite a bit in such a 4-day bearish crossover. The 4-day chart is quite a relevant chart. The problem is also here on the weekly chart, you see a very similar picture. We might also get a bearish crossover here on the weekly. So, and here on the monthly chart, even it hasn't even slowed down that negative momentum of the monthly MACD. And if I remember correctly, I showed you that many months ago, that bearish crossover when it happened here on the monthly chart, and we were just so high with that monthly MACD line. So again, it pushes further down. No reason to stop that at the moment. So even here now on the 4-hour chart, you see another bearish crossover. So, you know, at the moment when I record this video, there are no bullish signs here on the chart. The only sort of bullishness is, well, it's not even bullish. The only positive sign here is that we haven't made a lower low yet, and that we're actually holding above that support line. Now, if you lose this support line, which is at 4.4 cents, then I think in the first instance you go down to 3.9, which is actually that swing low that we had here. And if you lose that, I think we can easily get to the 3.3 cent level. Below that, it will then get a bit critical, but we still have a lot of space before we get there. And at the moment, to be fair, VeChain is holding fairly well. Now, that is currently my view about VeChain. Of course, at some point in that yellow target area, and that is what I have to expect, at some point we are going to complete that correction. My primary view is that this will happen in the yellow target area. So of course there is a potential we even drop below that. I think that potential is there, but my view is that we should hold the 3.3 cent level ideally. I'm not ruling out that we couldn't drop below that level, but it wouldn't be great for the chart. Ideally you want to hold that 88.7% Fibonacci level. Now and then if we break it, or if you move around here, the next target, just purely by applying the Elliott wave rules, the next target for that wave 3 would be at least 45 cents. That is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content also, then check out the channel membership and maybe even check out the trading course that I'm publishing here currently on the website. There's one chapter per week. This week I published the technical analysis chapter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.